Hi friends, welcome to my another class. Today we are going to start class 11 microeconomics, first chapter introduction. Okay, introduction. From this chapter you will have 4 marks only. Mainly short questions are asked, 4 marks of this chapter. Now let us start with the introduction. Introduction means what is economics about. What is economics about? Economics mainly deals with resources. Economics mainly deals with resources. Why mainly deals with resources? Because resource related all the activities are deal in economics. Okay, now why especially for resources? Because we know resources are very much limited or scarce. Okay, whatever resources we have, it is very much limited according to our requirement. Okay, our requirement is more, that is our want is more, but our resources are very much limited. Okay, so there is a problem between resources and its use. Now in economics, what we did in economics, we learned how by using the limited resources all our wants can be satisfied. This thing is taught in economics, that is with the limited resources how we can solve our unlimited wants. This thing is taught in economics. So economics is a branch of social science which deals with human behavior. Human behavior means our unlimited wants. With what? With limited resources, and not only limited resources, also having alternative uses. So economics deals with resource related problem. Okay, now what is economic problem? Economic problem. Economic problem means every economy faces the problem. What is the problem? The problem is, since our resources are very much limited but our wants are unlimited, endless, these all are wants, our wants are unlimited, so there arises a problem. This problem is called economic problem. Okay, so by using the limited resources, how we can solve our unlimited wants, this is economic problem. Okay, the problem arises mainly for 3 reasons. First one is limited resources. Okay, limited resources means our resources are very much limited according to our requirement, so we cannot solve all our problem at a particular point of time. Okay, so this is our first economic problem. Reason for economic problem: limited resources. Second problem is unlimited wants. Unlimited wants means our wants are not only limited but also recurring in nature. Okay, unlimited wants, our wants never be limited, not only limited, unlimited, but also recurring in nature. Recurring in nature means it always changes with the change in the time, with the change in the technology, education, etc. Our wants continuously changing. So our resources are limited but wants are unlimited, so there arises economic problem because resources are limited. So how we can solve our unlimited wants? Third problem related with economic problem is alternative uses. Alternative uses of our limited resources. Okay, alternative uses means we can use our resources in various alternative purposes. That is, same resources we can use for various alternative purposes. Suppose for example coal is a very important resources. Now coal we can use for different alternative purposes. Coal we can use for industrial purposes. Coal we can use as a fuel. Coal we can use for different chemical production. Coal can be used for making what is called electricity. Like that, coal can be used for different purpose. Now if we misuse our resources for unproductive purposes, or if we misuse our resources which cannot give us more gain or profit, that time what happen? Our problem will further increase. Our resources are limited. In this case, if we misuse our resources, that time what happen? We cannot solve our economic problem. So these are the three basic reasons for which every economy faces the problem, which is called economic problem. Three basic reasons is what? Limited resources, unlimited want, and alternative uses of resources. Now, branches of economics. So this is all about what is economics, why there is economic problem. Now, branches of economics. Two branches of economics. One is microeconomics, another is macroeconomics. Okay, two branches. Micro means individual economic variable, individual. Okay, those branches of those parts of economics which deal with individual economic variable, it includes in micro part. And in macro part, what happen? Collective economics means all the individual make together macro, means the whole economy, that is the whole country. Okay, it including the macro. So micro is individual, or macro at a whole. At a whole means summation of all the individual comes under macroeconomics. Okay, the main subject matter of economics, microeconomics, is demand and supply. These are the main two instruments of microeconomics. One is demand, another is supply. That is individual demand, individual supply. And the main instrument of macroeconomics is aggregate demand. Aggregate demand means demand of the whole country, and aggregate supply means supply of the whole country. Macro includes the whole economic variables. So its main instrument is aggregate demand, total demand of the country, and aggregate supply, that is total supply of the country. So micro deals with individual, macro deals with the whole. Okay, main target of microeconomics is what? To determine price of a particular good. This is the main target of microeconomics, to determine price. And the main target of macroeconomics, to determine income and employment of the whole economy. Employment and income. This is the main target to determine in macroeconomics. In micro, main target is price. In macro, main target is to determine income and employment of the whole economy. So these are the basic difference between micro and macro. In micro, we deal with individual economic variable. In macro, we deal with the whole economic variables. Okay, example of microeconomics: individual demand, individual supply. Example of macroeconomics: aggregate demand, aggregate supply. Money banking, income determination, then national income. These all are come under macroeconomics. In class 11 we study microeconomics, and in class 12 we study macroeconomics. Now, two part of economics, two types of economics. One is positive economic, another is normative economics. Or positive statement, normative statement. These are the two branches of economics, two types of economics. Okay, now what is positive and what is normative? Positive means the real fact which we can prove numerically by giving numerical facts, statistical facts, we can prove it. This is positive economics. Those economic variable which we can prove numerically. Okay, the exact economic variable, this is positive economics. Okay, so suppose for example, India is the second largest population in the world. China first, India is the second, because we can prove it numerically by giving numerical facts. So this will come under positive economics. Normative means someone's assumption or someone's prediction which we cannot prove numerically. Okay, we can say it, but we cannot prove it numerically. This is normative economics. those economic variable which we cannot prove numerically or statistically, this is normative. For example, if somebody say subsidy should not be provided by the government, we cannot prove it numerically. It is someone's assumption or someone's wish. We cannot prove it. Some people may be agree with it, some may not be agree with it. That time it is normative because having no numerical proof. So in economics we will deal with only those items which are having numerical facts. So positive economics. Normative, having no numerical facts. It is assumption of someone or someone's prediction or someone's wish. So this is normative part. Now, types of economic system. Okay, three types of economic system in the world. First one is socialist economy. Second one is capitalist economy. Third one is mixed economy. These are the three types of economic system in the world. Okay, socialist economy, also called command economy, because there is dictatorship in socialist economy. What is there in the socialist economy? The main role is played by the government of the country. In socialist economy there is no private participation. The whole economy, whole decision is taken by the government, and the property of the whole country is owned by the government of the country. This is socialist economy. For example, China is a socialist country. China, Cuba, these all are socialist country where there is no democracy. This is dictator economy. Okay, that time what happened? There is no private ownership of property. Okay, all are owned by the government, and production is mainly done on the basis of requirement of the country, requirement of the people. Okay, all the economy is moved according to the requirement of the people. Production is also done on the requirement of the people. In capitalist, what happened? In capitalist, government participation is very less. The whole economy mainly lead by the private sector. Private sector, private ownership is there, and that time production is moved according to wants of the consumer or people, wants of the people. This is capitalist economy. Here production mainly done by the according to requirement. Here production is done according to wants of the people. Here people can make their choice, but in socialist economy people cannot make the choice, because the society, that is country, whatever the country decided, country will produce this thing, and every people of the country has to accept this one. Here it is not like that. In mixed economy, what happened? Mixed economy is a mixture of socialist and capitalist economy. Mixture of socialist capitalist is mixed economy, because in mixed economy characteristics of socialist and capitalist both are found. For example, India having economy of mixed economy. Okay, here both the socialist and capitalist characteristics found. Capitalist economy example is USA, United States of America, Australia, Japan. These all are capitalist economy where private ownership is there. In mixed economy, India, both the characteristics are found, socialist also, capitalist also, and here production is made on the basis of both the cases, both the situation, on the basis of requirement of the people also, wants of the people also. Government sector mainly produces on the basis of requirement of the people. Suppose rationing system where government provided according to requirement of the people, and in the open market is also there where people can purchase according to their choice or wants. So both the characteristics are found in in mixed economy of socialist and capitalist economy. So these are the three economic system. Socialist where private ownership is not there, all the activities are mainly done and movement by the government. capitalist economy, all the economic activities are mainly led by the private sector, government participation is less. In mixed economy, both the government and private sector is there, where characteristics of socialist and capitalist both are found in mixed economic system. Now next topic is central problem of the economy. Central problem means in every economy this problem is there. What is the problem? The problem is mainly related with limited resources. Since our resources are limited, if we cannot properly or efficiently use the resources, then we cannot solve our unlimited wants. So this is the central problem every economy, where if we misuse the resources, that time this type of problem will arise, that time we cannot solve our wants. So the central problem of the economy mainly deals with the three aspects. First one is what? Problem of what? Second problem is problem of how, and third problem is problem of for whom. These are the three basic question or basic problem of every economy, faced by every economy. This is central problem. What means what to produce. How means how to produce. For whom means for whom to produce. These are the three basic questions of the economy faced by every economy. Those who can solve these basic questions, their economy is developed, otherwise these are underdeveloped. Okay, now first problem is what to produce. What to produce means since our resources are very much limited, now by using the limited resources we have to decide first which good we have to produce, so that we can properly utilize our resources and our people are benefited. This is what to produce. What to produce means by using our limited resources, which good and at what quantity we have to produce. Suppose country is producing two good. Suppose one is consumer good, country can produce this good, another is capital good. Okay, having these two options, by using the resources a country can produce consumer good or capital good, anyone. Now a country like India, if we invest most of our resources on capital good, that is machine, raw material, etc., then we cannot produce more of consumer good, that is food item, essential clothes, essential requirements. We cannot satisfy that time. That time our people will suffer, means that time our resource will not be properly utilized. So in case of country like India, overpopulated country like India, we should use our limited resources in the production of more of consumer good. That time our people will be satisfied, their wants will be satisfied. And in case of developed countries where population is less, that time they will spend most of their resources on capital good. They need not spend more on consumer good because they have less consumer in their country. So this is our first problem, what to produce. We decided what? A country like India, we will produce consumer good. Now second problem in front of us is how to produce. We decided we produce consumer good in our country. Now how we can produce? Production can be done in two ways. One is capital intensive motive. Capital intensive technique. Another is labor intensive technique. These are the two methods of production, capital based method and labor based method. Capital based method means most of the production will be done by the capital based technology, that is machine based technology. And in labor based, what happen? The production is mainly done in the labor manual, by using manual labor. Very less machines are used, most of the cases labors are used. Now in a overpopulated country like India, if we want to produce consumer good and if we go through the capital intensive technique, then what happen? Our production may be quality and quality will be very high, but our people become unemployed, because in capital based technology less labor is used, but we have abundant labor in our country. That time what happen? Our people will be unemployed, but we can produce large quantity. That time what happen? Our resources will be misused because our labor are the important resource, so they will be unemployed. So in how to produce question, in our country like India, we should follow labor intensive technique where most of the labor will be used. Maybe our quality and quantity may not be so high, but our people will be employed. Means what? Most of our resources will be employed. So in a country like India, when we produce, we should produce go through labor intensive technique like China. In most of the cases, China use labor intensive technique so that they can give employment to all their people. Less people are unemployed. But in our country, what happened? We follow most of the cases in capital intensive technique and very few cases in labor intensive technique. So our resources, that is population, important resources for us, it remains unemployed. So here also we have to choose the correct decision. Which technique we should follow, labor intensive or capital intensive? Now according to the requirement of the country, we should follow the appropriate technique so that less resources will be used and maximum benefit will be gained. So this is the second problem. Third problem is how to produce, for whom to produce. We decide we will produce consumer good in India through using labor intensive technique. Now for whom to produce? In a country like India, three categories of people are there. Some are poor, some are middle class, some are rich. Okay, three categories of people are there. Poor, middle class and rich. Now for whom we should produce? All are the people of the country. So we should keep in our mind that all the people should be satisfied. Not only production of the poor, for the poor, not for the rich, not only for the middle class. We should produce for all the people. Okay. Now for like India, we should produce more for the poor people because number of poor is very more compared to the rich people. Okay. Now in these cases, decisions are taken in different economy in different ways. Okay, how earlier also we had done in socialist economy. What happened? Production is done according to the requirement of the country. Requirement. In capitalist country, what happened? In capitalist country, production is done according to wants of the people, not according to requirement, wants of the people. Okay, and in mixed economy, production is done in both the way, in both according to both the system, requirement also, wants also. Government produces in mixed economy according to the requirement of the people and private sector produces according to wants of the people. So this is for whom to produce. By this way, if we can wisely solve all our problem, what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce, that time by using limited resources also we can satisfy most of our wants. That time we can solve our central problem. Otherwise we cannot solve our central problem because our resources are limited.